Alright, good afternoon, guys. I'm at Edgewater Park. I'm in my little spot where I do my little rituals and stuff like that. So, I really have had something on my mind lately. And what better way to present this idea is through a video, 1. 2, grounding myself in nature. And 3, at a park, right by the water. So let's get to it. Alright, how many of you are satisfied with the relationships you've had, that you're currently having? We'll go with romantic right now because this is the topic I want to touch on. Alright, so if your answer was yes, awesome, keep doing what you're doing. If your answer was no, why? Why is it? Why do we make things so freaking complicated? Alright, so I was thinking through things today. It's so funny. So I said to myself, okay, well, if I were ever to be asked to go on a date, I mean, obviously, normally I would do that, but I'm saying, world's changing. Sometimes girls ask guys. What would I say? Guess it would determine who it is, right? Yeah, okay. So, what if it's a random person? Well, my answer would be no. And my answer to them would be no, because we're not friends. I don't know anything about you. I made a commitment to myself to be 100% loyal to myself, to love myself to its fullest. Now, how can I do that? I also made a commitment that I would not get into another relationship without being friends with that person first. Now that sounds like a freaking crazy idea, does it not? Or is it? Let me delve deep into this one. Well, we tend to get scared, right? When we think about, mixing friends and friend zone people with who we want as our partners and stuff like that. Why is that? It's interesting. Let me ask you this question. Would you rather have somebody bring out the adult in you or the child in you? Alright, let's dissect this one. Adults are normally serious, right? It's more business-like, more let's get her done. More like a transaction, really. Okay, kids are definitely not like that, right? Kids are let's go with the flow, let's have fun, let's just live and be happy, and we'll share this and blah 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 blah, right? Okay, so if we want a relationship that will have us that they can bring out the inner child in us, then why the hell, yes, I just said that, why in the hell do we approach relationships like adults? Yeah, there's time for seriousness and bullcrap, or is there? Okay, for real. So, if we're literally trying to attract someone who brings out our inner child, then why the heck do we approach relationships like adults? It's a foreign concept to me. So, I know when I was happiest is in the childlike state of mind. Because I could be free and I can just be who I am and not give a two shits about what other person thinks. I had my friends and they loved me for me. And if they didn't, they weren't in my life. So why would I trust someone who I do not know from Adam to go down the road of a romantic relationship? Does that make any sense at all? To me, it doesn't. So, you might say, Kevin, what the hell does that mean? Well, think about it. I mean, really think about it. If you want people in your life, you're gonna want them as friends first, right? You want to get to know them, right? Okay, well, why start it out on a romantic level right at first when you don't know the person? How the hell do you think it's gonna succeed? How the hell do you think it's gonna work? I know from my experiences, it don't. I'm now divorced. One thing I remember during that, at the very beginning, when I started asking myself, after I got in a relationship within 2 days, okay, I asked myself, well, what the heck? Do I really like this person? Do I really? And then I said, my lust factor got involved. My little feelings and everything. And of course, you know, well, I can't let them go if you know, it'll hurt them too, you know, and I don't know what I want. Well, guess what? I should have known what I wanted. I should have known what I wanted. But guess what? That was a learning experience. So, let's delve in deep with the friend. Okay, so I know that sounds like crazy. But, okay. Don't you want to know your partner at the deepest level? Is that not what we came here to do? To literally have someone in our life that understands us completely. Obviously, you know, we are our own beings, but we got to come as close as we can in regards to that mirror, right? Okay, so like, how the heck do we do that? Well, why put pressure on the situation? I mean, seriously. I mean, have you thought about it? How kids approach things and how adults approach things. Kids, you see them, they're so happy. You'll see the little boy and the little girl, or the little boy and the little boy and the little girl, whatever, okay? You'll see the little kids, you know, flirting with each other because they think they're cute, okay? Alright? And you might see, you know, two kids sharing a popsicle because they really do just love each other because of who they are. Note, sharing. Okay? They share the moment. They don't have the moment for themselves and then switch. No. It's not like a business transaction. No. It's literally them experiencing life together. Well, isn't that what we want? I mean, it's not all about the damn sex and shit, right? Okay, that is an important part, but why start there? Why? It makes no sense. I mean, a lot of times I like to think of things through the chakra system. We got the crown, spiritual. Well, a lot of people start from the root with relationships. Well, how the hell are you going to get to the root if you don't start with God first? From spirit first? That don't make any sense. Spirit's the one giving the messages, right? Oh, I think this is a good person. Maybe you should pay attention. And then it drops down to the third eye. What am I sensing? Is this right for me? Was I listening to spirit right? Was I listening? We drop it down. Okay, I think I know. I'm sensing something. All right? Well, let me vocalize it. Let me speak my truth about it. Okay? I speak my truth from it. Does it align with my heart? Let me make sure before I speak my truth that it aligns with my heart. Does it align with my heart? Okay, it aligns with my heart. Cool. All right. Do I love that person? Like, no one can love that person? Do I love them the way I love myself? Because you should love yourself to the fullest before you try anything. Because otherwise, why? Why do it? Okay, so I just realized, all right, my heart's alignment with it. What does my gut say? How do I feel? Oh, wow. Okay, that feels really good. Or maybe that doesn't feel good. Like, let's check in with our inner beings, our inner wisdom. Okay. All right, now I'm going to speak my truth. All right, I know. I feel it. I know it. I feel it from my heart. Good. All right. And then time goes by. This is, by the way, after you've literally established a friendship with this person. Because how the hell are you gonna know? Like, literally, you ain't supposed to know if it's gonna work right away. But guess what? This is where I come in and say, are we approaching it like adults or kids? Now, most people would go, hey, we're all adults here. Damn, let's not be. Fuck no. Why? Because it gets complicated. Adults complicate things. Jeez, do you see how many freaking divorces are happening? Alright. No, why not approach it from the child? Okay, so it doesn't work, but we're still friends tomorrow. Duh. Does that not make sense? Kids keep it light and fluffy. And even when they realize that, you know, that's not what they really wanted, both can come to some kind of conclusion and say, you know what, that's okay. Because at least we tried. And we tried to have the fullest amount of fun in one area, but hey, let's change things a little bit. And pick up to where we were, just being friends. Kids can do that. It's a freaking awesome concept because they got no judgment. They got no judgment. They take the judgment out of crap, okay? Like, for real. So, adults, they just love to judge. Have you seen how many adults judge situations? Oh, you shouldn't do that. Arr. Why would we want to do that in a relationship? God, no. Light and fluffy, guys. Again, it shouldn't be pressure-filled, okay? Like, we should literally, light and fluffy. So if it goes that way, awesome. If it doesn't turn out that way, at least you got your best friend by your side, right? At least you got a friend by your side, and they say, okay, well, let's discover together what fits. Now that we done it together and said, oh, it don't work, well, now I got your back and I can see a different perspective of you to say, man, since we took that little journey together, now I know, like, how to help you as a friend. Or maybe it does work out, and that's awesome. You get a freaking cool-ass journey out of it. Either way, it's a win-win, right? Why? Because we made it light and fluffy. Hello? Like, adults tend to be like, all right, well, let's get things awkward now. We can't be friends. You know, that only works, this concept only works when two people that are going through this dynamic together are on the same page. So, this is my thing right now is, if we had more people in this world that thought about things from a kid's point of view, life would be a whole lot better, a lot lighter. No, a lot lighter. More filled with love, because a child's love is where it's at. The heart of a child, they got no judgment, and they will help you just because they can. That's what we need in this world. And that's all besides the fact of a relationship. I mean, really think about that. So, let's get back to the chakra system. Now that we just established that we've gotten through the crown, listening to spirit, tapping into our own senses, our own, spidey sense, I like calling it that, then we've tapped into what our truth is and what resonates with our heart and with our soul, because that's the most important. Our soul that feels and knows. Now, can we drop down into the sacral, where we share that intense bond with someone, that we can go deeper. We can go deeper at more different levels. Doesn't necessarily have to be sex at this point, but you can go deeper and share things at a new level. And then, when you've done that, and you realize you both are on the same page, do you drop down into the sex level? And at that point, you're not judging. You're not judging about what the person looks like. You're not judging on whether it's right or not, because you know that person inside and out. And now you're just moving through another portion of the journey that's even more powerful, because you don't know what to expect, but guess what? You guys are doing it together. That's the point. And taking that judgment factor out of it, that's where it's at. Being true and authentic to yourselves and to each other. Now that's incredible. Absolutely incredible. So then you don't have to worry when it gets down to the sharing things together. You guys are both going to be on the same page, because you guys are going to have such an intensity for each other that you guys are going to feel it at the same time, because you guys are so in tune. Because you allowed that relationship to develop, and develop organically. You've allowed for the most incredible gift to develop, because you were open enough to realize that starting at a friend level makes the most sense, because you're literally entrusting your soul and your heart at that point, which is scary. Your heart and soul, your mind, and then your body. And then you ground it. You thank God every day for being a human and walking on the ground, and for Mother Earth to allow you to breathe the air, to be who you are, to be able to share who you are, the most precious side of yourself, with that other being. That's incredible. Why don't we do this more often? When we realize what we actually want in life, and allow ourselves to have it, because damn, yeah, it is scary to think about that, but guess what, there's risk factor in it. And are we not here to take a little risks? Take a little risks with our heart in a way that is actually loyal to our heart, instead of putting ourselves through like bullshit. Why would we want to do that? That makes no sense. So if that's true, it's not so much of a risk at all, is it? Because at least we know at the end of the day, if it don't work out, we have our best friend by our side, right?